Yo, 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 what is up, Facebook and YouTube family? As you can tell, your girl's a little stopped up, but yeah, it's been a minute. You see, I got me a different little sound energy joint right here. So let's start things out with some sound energy to kind of just clear the energy. I could definitely use it myself. But anyway, and I have no idea what I'm doing with this thing, just so you know. But it's really some great tunes and tones. All right, I guess that's enough for now. That was completely off the dome. It's not like it was that good, huh? But just, and that's the beautiful thing about this steel toe drum. You can just kind of make up your own melodies. You know, you don't have to have any prior music experience or anything like that. But let's pull out some cards and see what energies, what messages do we have for the collective on today. So I'm gonna use the handmade cards, some tarot, and an oracle deck. So let's just get those up there and out the way. I feel a sneeze. I was right. There was a sneeze. Let me go ahead and put the sticks back up. Unzip this up and put it out the way. I feel like I have snot on my chin. All right, so let's see what's up. What is the energy? Divine forces of unconditional love, light, peace, wealth, health, prosperity, and everything good, lovely, and wonderful. What messages do you have for the collective on today? What message do you have for the collectives on today? Not many people watch. It doesn't matter. We're not going to keep reiterating that. But anyway, I've been reading this book. This is just the cover. I've taken, like when I read books, the covers just seem to get in my way if they're not like attached, so I just take them off. But the Here and After, The Here and Hereafter by Tyler Henry. I don't know if you know Tyler Henry, but he is a medium. I've watched, you know, a lot of his little shows. I'm not gonna say little, they're big, you know, so we need to stop doing that too. But I've seen a lot of his shows on YouTube, and I really like, you know, what he does and just the person that he is. And I notice that in his own way, he's teaching like spiritual practices and principles and just ways to live by, some very wise ways to live by. So I feel another sneeze, but there's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of good energy in there and good information in there, but I really like it because I feel like it's a really good book for beginners, those who are beginning out on this spiritual journey, because a lot of things that he talk about, you know, some of the things that he talk about, he puts, you know, spirituality in a way, in like layman's terms, excuse me. Sorry, I got this mic on, but it is what it is. Guarantee you this is gonna go away in about, I give it 3 days. I give it 3 days because I know exactly what it is. So, you know, just for those who may be feeling some type of way. And let's just get some good energy. I got my crystal ball. It's a selenite ball. So I'm just getting some good energy from it. Before we start our read, lately I've been doing turbo reads, but I think I'm gonna, you know, just do the thug thiz today. This is really nice. It's really beautiful. All right. So let's get back into it. This is just a general message. Divine forces of unconditional love, light, peace, wealth, health, prosperity, and everything good, lovely, and wonderful. What does the collective need to know for their highest good? Give me a mass message, a message for the masses, for your light workers. As you know, the name of this channel is Empower You Wellness and Tarot. So this is more, the readings I do is more about empowering you and letting you know what it is that you need to do, what steps you may need to take to go to the next level versus, you know, focusing on anything outside of you, because none of that matters at the end of the day. What matters is you, is knowing thyself, is you working through your shadow, not getting rid of it, but working through it and incorporating it and integrating it in a healthy way, you know, ruling your shadow and not allowing your shadow to rule you. So, you know, it's all about, you know, gaining control over yourself, but balancing that out with surrender as well, because it's very important to be able to surrender to you know, the spirit realm, to, you know, God, source, Jesus, whatever name you may call it, Buddha. You know, at the end of the day, it's love. You know, if you are on a path of spirituality, it's love. You know, love is the true religion. I'm gonna bring my incense a little bit closer to me, because how about I just put it over here? I think I like it there more. All right, so I rambled. Let me blow my nose. Sorry, y'all. Okay, let's get them out. So we have the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Fool card, the Sun card, which is really nice, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. So I'm going to shuffle one more time and get clarifiers for each one of these cards that are out. Okay. Another night. Like there's 3 nights out here. So there's a lot of movement going on within the collective. Mental movement could be, there's a lot of ideas I feel like you guys are playing around with in regards to your spiritual journey. You know, plans. I feel like these have been plans that you've had for, you know, a while. And, you know, things may not have been looking like they're going in your direction. Look at that. Bottom of the deck is the Destiny card. For a long time, it may seem like things hadn't been going in your direction or going in the way that you would want it to go, but Spirit has just been preparing you, you know, that diamond in the rough. You know, just Spirit has been incubating you, been hiding you, protecting you while you have been on this journey of truly understanding life and truly understanding yourself, being able to see things from a different perspective. You know, really, you've been really challenging your beliefs and, if not challenging your beliefs, growing stronger in your beliefs, or, you know, where you have new beliefs that you're growing stronger in. And it's a beautiful journey. You're starting to feel more at home. You may even have like superpowers. And I want to say that sounds so sci-fi, but you know, your intuition can be a superpower, or whatever talent that you have. That is a key to what your purpose is here on Earth. You know. So, and your talent could be your superpower, you know. You could also have the superpower of, you know, being so strong emotionally that people aren't able to, you know, rile you up anymore. You know, because again, we do have the Knight of Swords here with the Knight of Wands. You know, you have the spiritual tools needed. You've gained the wisdom. You've gained the spiritual tools needed. You know, meditation, breathing exercises, sound energy, sound, you know, pure sound energy. You know how to ground yourself. You know how to work with your chakras. So there's many things, many exercises and practices that you can turn to center yourself when things get crazy and get wild. So it's like you're invincible in a way, and that's a superpower. That can be a superpower because you look at TV, you look at people around you, and they're so moved by emotions. They're so moved by the little things that may happen over here, or, you know what I'm saying? My bad, I found a new way to sneeze. That's not going to affect you guys. But, yeah, your superpower of being invincible, like really gaining control over your emotions. And I feel like that is what Spirit needed for you to master before they could give you your desires. Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. You had to master that before they could give you your desires. So that you won't lose it, so that you won't squander it, you know, just because the wind decided to blow a different way. So you're no longer stuck with the Sun card being clarified by the Hangman. You're no longer stuck, you know. You've reached that stage of enlightenment. You have grown, you have matured, you know, and you're really happy within your own energy, you know. There could be people around you trying to start arguments, trying to start fights with you. But it's like that song, you know, I'm happy. You want to argue. I can't argue with you. You mad. I can't argue with you. Look at you. Look at you. You mad. You big mad. I'm happy. Leave me alone. You know, you free and shit. They all tied up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy. Leave me alone. Look at you. That's the vibes you on. You know what I'm saying? So, Spirit is saying, yes, it's been a minute. You've been on this journey for a while. With the Seven of Swords here with the Eight of Wands. Like, you've been on this journey for a while. Seven of Swords. It may seem like things aren't working out, you know, with the lies, deceit, the illusions and shit. It may seem like things aren't working out for your favor, but, you know, it's clarified by the Eight of Wands, which is, you know, messages coming in, fast movement, but definitely movement, which is, you know, in line with the reading, because there's 3 knights here, and knights represent movement, so there's definitely movement going on. And, you know, you may be in this solitary energy, but again, Spirit is incubating you. Spirit is growing you at this time and at this point, and you may need to separate yourself, you know, to set healthy boundaries, to really get grounded within your intentions and the things that you want to accomplish. Really setting intentions on how you want things to unfold, how you want your desires to unfold, because it's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's happening. With the Fool card, like, you, with this new grasp that you have on emotional intelligence, it's just opening up so much for you. And now with the Nine of Wands clarified by the Six of Pentacles, if you guys been following me, Six of Pentacles for me is always that card of, you know, I'm not waiting around for someone to validate me. I'm not waiting around for someone to give me an opportunity. Like, I'm going to attract it to me. You know, I'm not waiting for them to give it to me, but at the same time, I'm going to be working on myself, and I'm going to do the work that I need to activate the law of attraction, so that I could attract those things to me while I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be doing the work and slowly getting there yourself, but also attracting in the help that you need. And a big part of this journey, and, you know, the paradigm shift that is going on in the world right now, is shifting from that energy of work, where you end up frustrated, to attracting, to really utilizing that feminine energy. Not only have, you know, men have never really been in their feminine energy as much, but even women haven't been in their feminine energy because of society, and all of those things are planned. You know, at the end of the day, they were all set up in a way to make you not tap into that, your feminine energy, to you know, have low self-esteem, to not believe in yourself, you know, to feel like a second-class citizen as a woman. You know, I was watching this show today, and it was so crazy how they were talking about the women in jail. Majority of them are in there because of abuse, and they were just fighting back. And it makes me think of, you know, black people, how they, you know, black men fill the jails for, you know, due to the systemic oppression, which is a form of mental abuse. Physical abuse is abuse all the way around. And people aren't really focusing on the fact, on those things, And the thing is, I'm thinking back to the fact that, you know, when back in the civil rights days, you know, women, you know, it was blacks altogether couldn't vote, or there was a lot of restrictions, but also women couldn't vote. And you know what I'm saying? They had so many restrictions and they were forced to depend on a man. And black people were forced to depend on white people. You know what I'm saying? And so that puts you not, you know, in the energy to be a confident woman, to be confident in your feminine energy, or be confident in your masculine energy. You were basically forced to be in, you know, be a child. And you were forced to be a child, you know, be in that, you know, child energy. And so I feel like there's a lot of, you know, childhood traumas that a lot of us are dealing with, and we don't even realize it. You know, we don't even realize how, you know, it affects us. We don't even realize how we've been forced to be in this chronic childlike position for so long. And honestly, y'all, the stuff I'm talking about in this reading right here is foreign as fuck to me. It is just, this is my first time hearing it, and you know, I'm still gonna have to take some time to listen to this and look at this and unpack and really see what was going on. You know, what was, how it connects. But I kind of went off on a tangent. Let's get back to the reading here. But you're definitely gaining control over your emotions with the King of Cups here. That's the master of your emotion, mastering your emotions. And then to speak of the inner child, we do have the Sun card here, which is, you know, represents that healthy inner child. But it's clarified by the Hangman. So let me pull this out and let's get some more clarifiers. Come on. Below the Wheel of Fortune, we got the World card. Elevation. That old cycle has ended. I feel like a lot of us as light workers that is doing the work have did just that. The work to heal that inner child and to heal that cycle that we've been in. You know, we're setting healthy boundaries with the Nine of Wands, no longer playing the victim. And Six of Pentacles, taking matters into our own hands, taking our spirituality in our own hands, taking our health into our own hands. No longer, you know, just leaving that up to other people to decide and to dictate. You know, no longer allowing our happiness to be held back by the words of certain people who, you know, are not in alignment with where you are, who don't understand things in the way that you do, who don't have that wisdom. And, you know, like I said, times are shifting, so they may feel, you know, a ways about your beliefs now, but eventually they're going to come around. You know, they're going to see the fruits of your labor, and then they're going to be like, there's something to it. You know, and either allow you to just do you, or slowly begin to adapt some of the things that you do, you know, things that they called you crazy for at one point. They're going to start being like, you know, this is not far from, you know, what I've already been doing, but it's just a more practical way of applying those principles. But we're getting clarifiers for the Sun card and the Hangman, so let's get into it. The Empress card, exactly. I don't even think I want anything else to come out. It's like you have no question anymore, man or woman, of who the fuck you are. Look at that Strength card. That means you've been putting in the work. The Strength card means you've been putting in the work. You've been doing the work, and your spiritual work has been working. It'll work if you work it, and you've been working it. You know what I'm saying? And so you are that Empress. You are that Emperor if you are a man. You know, you have the ideas and the action You know what I'm saying? When the thoughts come, you know what to do spiritually to go ahead and get the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, you know, it's going to manifest physically. You've learned the art of surrender, like I said before, as well. And you're seeing like so much. You're seeing how you are blessed. You're seeing how you are covered. How you really don't have to worry. You know? All right, so one card just fell out of the deck. Is emotional sickness, which is ironic because it's not ironic, it's in tune with the message. We've been talking about, emotions and things like that. But you've healed that, you've overcome that. Again, you got the tools and everything to overcome that. It even has childhood traumas on here. We have jealous, spiteful, depressed, stuck, which is, the hangman energy. It's that stuck energy. I'm going to shuffle these one time because they're pretty. They shuffled pretty good. I always shuffle them really good before I put them away. But yeah. And again, like I said, with the Knight of Swords here, this could be the energy of somebody trying to start some drama, trying to start a fight, And if that's the case, they're suffering from this emotional sickness. They're still stuck and obsessed in with the way their life is going. They don't like to see your light. They don't like to see you growing and, no longer playing the fool for them anymore. You've mastered your emotions. And so you're on to new energy. You are, you have this new vibrant beginning. And you need to set healthy boundaries because you got some haters. You know what I'm saying? Their name could have D, N, or V in it. And then we have here, it will come back around. So whatever you've lost, whatever you feel like you have lost, if it's meant to be, it's going to come back around. And we have Anubis here, so there might be a connection to the Egyptian god Anubis. He is the loyal friend. It's like the jackal god. I have a statue here, that's why I'm kind of looking at it. And then he's on this pillow here. Hold on. Anubis is my dog, you know what I'm saying? I fucks with Anubis. And then we have pure heart. So Anubis sees your pure heart. Anubis is also like the guardian of the underworld or something like that. I don't have all the information. But he a cool cat, you know what I'm saying? I feel anyway. Like I said, he's a loyal friend. He got you. And, Anubis sees your pure heart around all these people who have emotional sickness, and even through your own emotional sickness where you didn't believe in yourself, where you were, doubting yourself and had low self-esteem. Anubis says, be spiritually strategic, Don't focus on the negativity. Don't, allow these people to pull you into arguments and fights and no shit like that. You got everything to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are on the right trajectory. Don't take any steps back. It takes a special person to trip over something that's behind them. Don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You've grown. So set your intentions, burn, with some, if you got the resins, get you activated charcoal, get you some resins, put that on there, and, smudge with the resin. If you got sage, use that. Make sure you're meditating. Using those spiritual tools like we were talking about at the beginning of the reading. Your spiritual baths, your crystals, sound healing, prayer, making sure you're in the highest vibrations of love and joy, having continuously to have faith even though things look horrible. You know what I'm saying? Still having that faith, because that's the test. That's the test that Spirit going to put you in. You know what I'm saying? Things look bad, and when things look bad, are you going to wither and fall and break apart, or are you going to stand strong? And also doing like the white light meditations. Like that has been so powerful and so healing and so strengthening for me at the time, in times where I may be feeling depressed. And sometimes you're depressed and don't know it, but when I catch myself being depressed, sometimes I can't, sometimes I do. Most it's getting quicker. It's becoming more of a habit now, but because it's a muscle that needs to be exercised, so I'm getting much better at it. But it's about going within, finding your center, grounding your hips into the core of the earth. Send your hips, the energy in your hips to the core of the earth, and then imagine roots growing through your legs into the core of the earth and connect. And also finding that center, finding your center, and finding that white light within you, and allow it to expand outside of you, expand through your aura, and to viciously attack any darkness, you know what I'm saying? Like a cobra or whatever those snakes that like go, grab something and, wraps around it until it strangles it, Imagine the light coming out of your body and grasping onto that darkness and squeezing it until it bursts into more light, and it feeds the white light, So just send that good energy out to clear the pathway for you. That white light healing energy. And you may have some practices on your own. We have the sacral chakra here, which is right above the root chakra. It's orange, so you can heal that right now. Send some energy to that sacral chakra, lightly, gently massage the sacrum, and imagine that vibrant orange light flooding into that sacral chakra. Breathe and send that vibrant orange light into that sacral chakra. Listen and feel any messages that may come through. The sacral chakra, I feel like one of the poisons of it is guilt. So whatever, guilt you may be holding on to, Spirit may want you to release that, but it's everyone's spiritual journey is unique. So, just send that loving energy to it right now as you listen to the reading, and then you can go back to it later. But let's address it as it comes up. Okay. Hold on. All right, so we're going to get a couple more cards for this first row. We have grace. Exactly. Give yourself grace for those places where you may have felt, where you may be carrying guilt. There's a prayer called Ho'oponopono, something like that. Look that up on YouTube. I found one, and I may link it in the description box of this video. Hopefully I remember. I'm not making any promises, but I played it last night, and I gotta tell you, like, everything within me doesn't want to forgive certain things, but at the same time, even though I woke up with a little bit of frustration with things, Spirit solved my pure heart, like the card said, and that I really wanted to, but certain situations with certain people, they just have done you wrong so much and so often and so consistently, probably even to this day, for some of you guys still doing silly shit, and you want to forgive them, but they just will not act right. But I really felt like, playing that song while I was, not that song, but that prayer while I slept, it really helped, because I really did have a heart. I was like, I want to understand. I really want to release it and to forgive. And I feel like in a way I did, you don't have to, of course, you don't have to allow that person back in your life, the way it was before. But I feel like, and I already had that part down, but it was just a deeper layer that I needed to release. And I honestly, I can't put my finger on it. There was someone, they were poking. And though I got angry, I didn't get angry. It was a lot of this. It was like this King of Cups energy, like took over, that mastery of the emotions. The person poked at me and I just ignored it. They got angry when I ignored it, but I just didn't have the energy. I just refused to play childish games. So I just ignored it. And, once I was done doing what I needed to do, I went and let the person know. It's like, hey, everything's cool, But, and rightfully so, because they didn't want anything. They were just being an asshole. Look at this. I was just thinking about this card too with the Fool card. It says beautiful new reality opening. To enter, release attachment to the past. And that's exactly what the whole Ho'oponopono thing is, and what I felt like it helped me to do. So definitely go look into that. All right, so let's get into this next row of cards. Temper tantrum, exactly. I felt like that's what that person was doing, throwing a temper tantrum. And it says here, ignore immature actions, trying to tempt you out of your character. Low vibes, exactly. You got to ignore the temper tantrums of people around you. It says see, sense, intend, or feel rising above, rising beyond. A new dawn is here. So that's that Fool card again. Proper process not taken. Maybe in a rush, have off path. All right, so in the past, you may not have taken the proper process, so Spirit wants you to not rush through this. And that Spirit also doesn't want you to get caught up into no temper tantrums. Don't get caught up with somebody trying to start a fight with you, because it's going to take you off path, right? So do more research if you need to. Find more tools if you need to be able to keep your cool in certain situations. Okay. We have this Scorpio energy here. So for some of you, this may have to do with, maybe a mate, because, Scorpio is kind of, can be some sexy energy. But it also has here, we desire. So this can speak about your desires. Could be speak about these people's desires to, throw you off path as well. And then we have sexual perversion. So they could be trying to throw you off path with sexual perversion. This could be throw you off path with the lack of intimacy. A spiritual transmitted disease. This could be a person that leads with their ego. Someone that has a selfish agenda that is, giving you false love. Could be, suspicious or jealous and obsessed with your growth. They see your light here. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time, but you are the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles over the Queen of Pentacles. Like, they've been knowing this about you for the longest. But Seven of Swords, you hadn't known this. Clarified by the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands can also represent messages coming in, but you're getting downloaded with this information. It's not about you getting downloaded. You've been doing the work. So the downloads have been coming in consistently, but you're grounding yourself in those downloads now. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing the work that you need to, bottom of the deck, to cultivate peace. So stay on your path. No matter how bumpy it may get, stay on your path. Be courageous. Be magnetic. Set your intentions and call in what you need. Be powerful and be mysterious, right? So don't share too much of what's going on in your life. Keep as much of it to yourself, because you don't want a lot of energies on your ish that can cause things to go wrong. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Taurus just came out. You could be dealing with a Taurus that, that may be on some bullshit. But this Taurus card has Venus on it. So Venus rules Taurus. Hold on. Venus rules Taurus. We have jealous, lazy, indulgent, stubborn. I feel like this could be those people around you. They may not necessarily have this as like a major sign in their chart, but this could be the energy that they're operating out of, being competitive with you and shit like that. Like that's a personal problem. That has nothing to do with you. So you just stay focused on what it is that you have been working on. Look at that. Veil lifted, secret revealed. Exactly. Spirit is going to show you these people. Their name could have F, P, or X in it. I need to get a card with the vowels on it as well, so that I can start. There may be some words in here that I'm missing, because I don't have the vowels written out on a card. I'm sorry. It's kind of late. But the veil is being lifted. And so these people may try to get information. They may try to get in your business with flattery. So be mindful of people coming around using flattery. People that may not have been around for a minute may have went ghost on you for a hot minute, but now they coming around with flattery and trying to get to know what's going on. Like if you had here, the bottom of the deck, 9 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. Keep the work that you're doing to yourself. Keep, the blessings that you feel are coming to yourself. We have dry brushing here. Dry brushing is very good. So a lot of you may need to do that as well. I'm trying to see if I have one on hand. But really look into dry brushing. Is really good to help stimulate blood flow and blood circulation on the surface levels of your body. And that's probably what I need to do, like over my whole body, but especially my face, with my face draining, nose draining and everything, because it may help to drain all of, help my get all this drainage out. Because like I told you, this is going to be gone in about 3 days. Bet it. Purification, exactly. That's what the dry brushing is going to help you to do. You can get a dry brush off Amazon. They are amazing. It may feel like ain't nothing happening, but it's really doing the thug thizzle. And when you use it, you want to use it in straight up and down motions. It can be short, it can be long. Try to use it in the up and down motions as much as possible. But at the end of the day, follow your heart. Wei Wu Wei means allowing your heart to direct your movement. All right, so let's get into this last row of cards here and see what comes out. And then we're going to go into our oracle card. Spiritual gang attack. Like I said, could be a Scorpio, could be, Taurus up in there. But it doesn't have to be. But spiritual gang attack. But they still can't defeat you. They got gangs. They done called in backup, but they still can't touch you. Because your spirit guides got you. Because you've done the motherfucking work. Strength card. And beneath this is, guess what it is? The Ace of Swords. Spirit said that's the motherfucking truth. Anubis said that's the motherfucking truth. And I say Anubis is the guardian. Anubis ain't letting them fuck with you. Spiritual gang attack, but they still can't defeat you. I got you here in all caps. You hear me? All caps. And underneath the Ace of Swords, it's the Hierophant. Spirit got you. Spirit got you. Okay. And my ear just cleared up. It was kind of stopped up. It just cleared up on that. It says, in trapping them or trying to trap you, I've trapped myself. So karma is coming on their ass. They had a spiritual gang attack. They tried to trap you. They tried to, take you under. They tried to really, they tried to, and they stubborn about that shit too. But again, you got the juice now. You are powerful. You know what I'm saying? So don't fear. Don't fear. That's key. Because if you don't fear, that's when spirit can step in. And the way you cannot fear is to have faith and to know that you're covered and that you're protected. That is what keeps you safe. Because the moment you start fearing, you lowering your vibration, and that makes you susceptible to that spiritual gang attack. But they can't touch you because, again, what we talked about at the beginning of the reading, the tools. You got the motherfucking tools. You got the motherfucking glow with the white light meditation. You got the glow, and you're protecting yourself with that, from them demons. You know what I'm saying? And for some, we got to keep it a buck. It could be like inner demons that you may be stubbornly fighting with. For some, not all. But then again, like I said, this could be those stubborn people. I feel like it's more of them stubborn people that's continuously trying to fight you. It's the inner demon within them. But spirits, we just got to stop forcing that card. And it says, let it unfold. You may be trying to force love onto them, force healing onto them. But again, that goes back to that surrender we were talking about earlier. You have to know when to, take control of your emotions, but also when to surrender. And you just gotta take your hands off of it and let go and let God, let go and let source, let go and let spirit. You know what I'm saying? There goes that resin smudge. So if you got some resins, I got frankincense and myrrh mixed with a little Palo Santo wood chips in there, and then I also mix it with other herbs. I'm thinking about selling that. I hadn't got there yet, but it's definitely a thought. So I'm definitely going to do my resin smudge today. But if you don't have any resins, you can go online and order you some. But in the meantime, use some sage. If you ain't got no sage, burn you an incense. Some kind of that smoke energy to kind of clear, just clear the air as much as possible. You can also get you a bottle of water, some water, and just, sprinkle the air to kind of cleanse the area. I know you don't want to get everything wet, but that's one way you can do things. So there may need to be a resin smudge to kind of, just some ways to clear the house, to clear the home. But this is definitely a spiritual lesson, not only for you, but for, those people who are fighting against you. They gonna learn today not to fuck with God's chosen, not to fuck with God's child, not to fuck with someone with a pure heart that's doing nothing to them, but just trying to live their best life and to overcome their own inner demons and their own inner childhood traumas. Like, why are you making it hard for someone else? We're all on this earth trying to live and do the best that we can. And if you help, instead of being a hindrance, that person will bring you with them, but you showing yourself unworthy, so you will get left the fuck behind. But that's no fault of that's no fault. There's nobody's fault but, their own. And that's a spiritual lesson perhaps that they're going to learn. And the spiritual lesson that you got to learn is that everybody can come with you. You bring certain people with you, then you're asking for your shit to get torn the fuck down. And that's another reason why spirit ain't gave you what the fuck you want and gave you your desires, because you're going to bring the wrong people with you and they going to fuck it up. You're going to bring the wrong people with you, and they going to cipher all your energy, cipher all your money, guilt trip you, sacral chakra, into, the bullshit. And Spirit is trying to liberate you and them from their own inner demons, but they have to want to change. You know what I'm saying? Cords severed. Spirit wants you to sever those cords, to free yourself, to rejoice in that freedom, to celebrate. And once you sever those cords, there's going to be a financial increase. Successfully released from toxic people is what the fucking card says. And then we have commensalism. Commensalism is the medicine of connection, protection, and stabilization. Oh my gosh. Come on. If this is not rounding up the message, I don't know what is. Receive what we need without being a parasite. If the people around you aren't practicing commensalism, you don't need to be around them. You know what I'm saying? If they can't get what they need without being a parasite to you, you got to let them go if they're a parasite. It says, seek sources that naturally support us rather than manipulating someone or thing to be other than what it is. Don't try to change people to fit what you want them to be. You got to stop forcing it, like the card said, and just let it unfold. Excuse me, last card, Obatala. This is an Orisha of the Ifa tradition. All right, and then the bottom of the deck, we're going to talk about Obatala. In the Ifa tradition, he's the Orisha that fashioned humans from clay. With Yemoja, which is the Orisha of the water, she's the feminine energy, mostly referred to as the feminine energy, gave birth to all humans from clay, to those who could not descend on their own from heaven. So you got to realize too, like I said, there are some people who descended on their own from heaven. They didn't need to be formed by Obatala or Yemoja. I was really hoping to be in the oracles portion of this card a long time ago. Anyway, Obatala is the owner of consciousness, all or his. Those who are born with deformity are his by right. So he protects those who were born with deformities, so you can always call out to Obatala for, special needs children. Responsible for human condition, empowered, injured, the impaired, injured, and elderly are under his care. So call on Obatala if you're feeling, if you maybe are hurt in the hospital or anything, impaired, injured. If you have any elderly, you can pray to Obatala for your elders in your life. And then, so the bottom of the deck, we have, I don't know what I put on here. This 417, the son of 417. Let me see. Yep. The son of 417, Hertz. So you can research 417 Hertz. This is the bottom of the deck for this last row here. It says, you have what it takes. Come on. Light bearer within. You have a light bearer within with healing power and wisdom to find your way through any confusion or doubt. It says, I am / you are enough. Expect affirming yes from the universe. This hurts, this energy, this sound energy generates its own light, or allows you to generate your own light with no support And when there's the need to go it alone, this is the hurts of the enlightened being. And we did have the Sun card here too. It undoes false perceptions of self, and it dismantles circumstances and situations that are not for your soul. That spiritual gang, what? And then underneath that is Oshun, and she's the Orisha of Love. You know, her colors is yellow, numbers are 5 and 25. Yeah, Oshun makes, is all things that make life worth living. She's the mistress of dance, magic, and laughter. She is that energy that there's more to life than suffering. So don't allow these people to get you down and to make you feel unworthy. You have what it takes. You are a light bearer with healing power and wisdom to find your way through any confusion or doubt. You got this. Okay? So let's get us an oracle card. And we're going to read from the book, which is going to be lengthy, but it is what it is. I'm going to shuffle one more time. All right, we're going to get the card from the top. All right, so it's Lasya of Parvati. Lasya of Parvati. 32, which is 5. 5 is, change. There we go. Hold on. All right. It says there is a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effect. Tame the wild and frenzied workings of the mind by grounding yourself with beauty, pleasure, and grace. That's that Oshun energy I was just talking about. And we did have grace come out here in the read. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. Exactly. We spoke about that as well. Don't allow these people to, take you out of your character. We're here with this King of Cups, mastering the emotions, right? This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. And we did have the Sun card here with the Empress, right? Okay, it says, Parvati is the universal mother in her gentle aspect, although, as with all mothers, her fierce side will emerge if it's needed to protect her children. She is beautiful and benevolent and invokes the qualities of love, connection, creativity, and devotion to a higher purpose. The divine goddess has many names, and Parvati is also known as Jagatambi, the mother of the universe. Jagatambi. I like that. I've never heard that one before. Jagatambi. Jagatambe. Jagatambi. Excuse me. Mother of the universe. Her son is Ganesha, which in E5, Ganesha is Eshu. And y'all don't need to know my business. But it's Eshu, the elephant-headed deity, and Orisha and E5. Eshu has nothing to do with the elephant. I hadn't seen any connection. But anyway, this is in the Hindu religion. Tradition, correction. The elephant-headed deity who fosters success in all new ventures, protection from obstacles, and is of particular benefit to those who feel drawn to right. All right, so Parvati is mother to all, and her presence is in a reading augurs, I don't know, success on every level. Come on. With Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, come through. Love and spiritual enlightenment, come through. And Saraswati, come through. The goddess of wisdom, music, and creativity. Okay. Parvati is the Tri-Devi, the sacred triune of feminine nature, or triple goddess of Hinduism. Come on. Parvati is the Tri-Devi. Parvati is about to be my new girl. She's about to be my new girl, okay? Parvati is the divine archetype of the vital, competent, creative, and loving woman. When her oracle appears, there is an opportunity to heal one's mother wounds and one's relationship with the feminine more generally. So this has to do with a sister, feminine friends, even a mother figure. We had 2 mother figures spoke about in this reading, actually 3 if we include Parvati. We had Oshun, Yamaja was spoke about, and then we have Parvati here, so that's 3. She helps heal wounded hearts and teaches us how to belong to ourselves. Teaches us how to belong to ourselves. What this card up here say? Hey, it's giving you the strength to go at it alone if you have to. That you are enough. It generates its own life when there is no support or there is a need to go at it alone. And you are an enlightened being. What she say right here? We ain't over there. But she said it right here, though. Teaches us how to belong to ourselves, okay? When it says, just as we are, rather than abandoning ourselves to please others. As Tri-Devi, when you connect with Parvati, you also connect with Lakshmi and Saraswati, as all 3 are one. So this oracle also brings comfort for matters to do with material prosperity, love relationships, expressing your voice, and fulfilling your higher purpose. Parvati is the consort and wife of the wild god Shiva. He loves to meditate and has a fierce temper when distracted from his spiritual practice. Wrathful as he can be, he is a protector deity. Through her skillful practice, protector deity and destroyer of evil. Parvati stimulates her husband's passion through her skillful practice of yoga. He is roused from meditation by the powerful energy she generates, and he performs his fierce cosmic dance, Tandava, which brings an end to that which needs to be annihilated so new life can emerge. The vigor of Shiva's dance in our lives can be intense. Parvati's dance, Lasya, that must be her dance called Lasya, provides balance and calm and grace when the soul needs gentleness and comfort. Tandava, let me go back there, Tandava, Tandava, which brings an end to that which needs to be annihilated so new life can emerge. And Lasya provides balance and calm and grace when the soul needs gentleness and comfort. Parvati dances her dance of happiness, leading us along our path without requiring us to continually push ourselves beyond our limits. Her wisdom protects us from breakdown, guiding us into breakthrough. Her oracle indicates that even though we may grow through intense challenges, didn't I speak about that? intense challenges, there is a calming influence which can help us if we are willing to allow for it and be kind to ourselves. When Parvati knows that a more dramatic intervention is the only way to conquer a particular evil in our lives, she will manifest as the ferocious goddess Kali. One story holds that Kali was so intent on destruction that the fate of the world hung in the balance, so her husband, Shiva, appeared before her as a crying babe, which instantly invoked her maternal instincts and calmed her back into her state as Parvati. We can trust that the Divine Mother loves us and responds to what is needed, but also knows how to get things done without being more heavy-handed than necessary. She is genuinely moved by our suffering and will manifest in whatever forms are needed to heal. Her oracle asks you to invoke her and trust what transpires is for your healing and spiritual fulfillment. Give up the notion that the deepest issues require the most difficult path to heal. Let her lascia dance of happiness and grace unveil a gentler, more loving way. The healing process. Connect consciously with your breath as you become fully present in the here and now. As you breathe in, your awareness disconnects from distractions around you. As you exhale, your awareness settles deeper within. Your awareness is like a white 71, white feather drifting down through the air, rocking ever so slightly to one side and then the other. It finally settles upon the inner bedrock of your being. In this state of interconnection, you can say the following invocation. For the spiritual benefit of all beings, I call upon the Divine Mother Parvati for her blessings of spiritual grace, happiness, wisdom, and healing. May I recognize and embrace the gentlest path for effective healing and loving transformation. May the triple blessing of the Tridevi grace my soul for the ultimate benefit to all souls. So be it. Now imagine, feel, visualize, or intend that you see a glorious goddess of white light. Did we do a white light meditation? Come on. Goddess of white light, graceful, kind, and lovingly devoted to you, gazing upon you. From her loving gaze emerges a protective field of powerful white light. Didn't we surround ourselves in white light earlier? That was practice for now, huh? White light, which enters your body, heart, mind, and soul, clearing and healing and blessing you from within. That light expands to softly touch, bless, heal, and illuminate all the spaces within and around you on every level through all dimensions. Let this happen to the extent you can. Allow it to feel as euphoric or peaceful as you wish. Rest in this energy for a time. When you are ready, bring yourself back to the present moment by grounding yourself, connecting with the flow of breath in and out, and hydrating your body. You have completed your healing process. You have completed your healing process. I wanted that snot to stay up while I was reading that, and it did exactly that. As soon as I was done, it poured it. It wanted to pour. I was wondering if it was gonna fall, but I was like, nope, stay in there. I don't care how stuffy I sound. Let me get this out. And I was able to get it out, and then it start pouring. But anyway, but yeah, family. That's what I have for you. I would end with some more sound energy, but I've put my little steel toe drum up. And hell, most of y'all may not even still be here at this point, and then maybe you are. I don't know. It is what it is. But that's what I have for you guys. I hope that helped in some way, shape, form, and fashion. Hope that gave you some insight on some things that you've been wondering about. And, you know, I love you all. And until next time, peace.